Jenna here, and today I'm going to do something completely different than I usually do on this channel. Today, I'm going to cook. I don't normally do any cooking on this channel, but I do gear reviews. I had 3 solar oven companies send me 3 different solar ovens. So of course, I'm going to do a comparison. Now I want to say right up front that I am under no obligation to give any of these companies a good review. They just want my honest opinion, and they think it might be a good product for tiny housers. So what I'm here to do is to cook and see if I like it, and also let you guys make your own decision. So the 3 solar ovens we're going to be comparing today are the Solavore Sport, the GoSun, and the Sunflair. I'm cooking scones today. I chose that because I haven't been able to bake really in my tiny house. I don't have an oven, and it might have been a huge mistake because I've never actually cooked scones before, and I've never cooked with a solar oven before. So we'll see how this goes. So I already had the Sunflair and the Solavore out in the sun this morning to preheat. The Sunflair and the Solavore estimate an hour and a half for scones, whereas the GoSun, that doesn't require any preheating, only calls for 22 minutes. So I'm going to put the GoSun out later, and for now we're just going to cook in the Solavore and the Sunflair. I'm ready to put the scones in the oven. Alright guys, it's time to go check on the scones. I'm a little nervous because I've never done this before, and I'm afraid I'm going to screw up this entire video. Both the scones in both ovens are sort of leaking and becoming super flat and moist, so that doesn't seem like how you really want scones to be. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer and check back in. I've noticed we're getting a little bit higher temperatures in the Solavore than the Sunflair, about 25-degree difference. And that's because the Solavore is actually a little bit insulated. Bodies are gone, but the shadows still. Well, we've had a situation. Apparently the wind blew the Sunflair out of the sun rays, so I'll just move it back. Oh no, it's upside down. Oh God, no. Everything's ruined. Alright, I was able to save the scones in the Sunflair, but they aren't as pretty as they once were. So you can use tent stakes here. That would help it from not flying over. Or you could put some rocks in this little fold here, which would also help it. Alright, so I hope that wasn't a total disaster. We're going to let the scones cook for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to put out the GoSun. But the shadows still sit by the piano at dawn, flickering. It's been about an hour and 45 minutes for the Solavore and the Sunflair, and it's been about 30 minutes for the GoSun. I did come and check on the GoSun at 22 minutes, and I wanted them to go a little bit longer. I sure hope they haven't burnt. I can see the steam coming out, so let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, golden brown after only 30 minutes. Those look great. I'm loving that. Let's open up the others and see what they look like. These scones have been cooking in the Solavore for about an hour and 45 minutes. They've been cooking at about 225 degrees according to the thermometer over here. And let's see, yep, they're feeling pretty done to me. They smell really good too. Just unzip. Okay, so these have been cooking at a little under 200 degrees. It just didn't heat up as much as the Solavore. And so they're feeling a little more moist. I think that they're probably about done, but I might give them about 10 more minutes. So now it's time for the most important part of this entire experiment, the taste test. It is time. So these have barely had time to cool, but you can see that they're nice and cooked on the inside. It didn't really spoil it that it flew over, so I feel good about that. Pretty good, not gonna lie. Maybe a tiny bit gooey. All right, this one was nice and brown on the outside. More cooked on the inside, I think. If you like crunchy on the outside, this would be your favorite. This is the way to go. I think I might prefer the ones from the Sunflair though. Looks a little bit like the Sunflair. A little bit gooey still on the inside. Very similar to the Sunflair, maybe a little bit more gooey on the inside actually because it didn't sit for 10 more minutes. But still very good. And like I said, they're warm, so maybe they'll harden up a little bit more on the inside. I ate this dough raw earlier, so this is fine with me. Mwah. Perfect. So the Solavore is definitely large and bulky, but that can be good if you're looking to cook for a lot of people. The Solavore can cook with or without the reflectors, which means you can cook things on a slow cook or on a little bit faster heat. I find that to be pretty nifty, meaning you can cook in a variety of different ways. One cool thing about the Solavore is that it can be stored outside if you purchase the extra carrying case. I've actually been storing it underneath my tiny house, which is great because it wouldn't actually fit inside. Of the 3 solar ovens, the Solavore is the only one that's manufactured in the USA. Let's talk cons. We're talking about tiny houses here. Do you really need a solar oven that's this big? It is the most expensive solar oven of the 3 at $287 with the reflectors and the pots. If you're living in an off-grid cabin of sorts, looking for something that you can cook with in winter, I would suggest the Solavore, especially if you're looking to cook big meals. Of the 3 solar ovens, the Sunflair is definitely the most transportable and it packs down to the smallest size. It's super lightweight at only 1 pound, 2 ounces, and it's the cheapest solar oven of the 3. The Sunflair comes in 2 sizes, so you can purchase the smaller one for only $79.99. It even comes with a collapsible pot, which is another easy thing to store away or take backpacking. Some cons of the Sunflair is that it can easily be blown away by the wind. You need to make sure to be using tent stakes to tie it down or to create a wind barrier of some sort. There's limited insulation in the Sunflair, so it doesn't see the same temperatures that you get with the Solavore, and definitely not the same temperatures that you see with the GoSun. It gets on average between 220 to 235 degrees. That's pretty good for a slow cook. It can even get up to 285 degrees in optimal weather. If you're looking for a solar oven to take backpacking or one that's super small, collapsible, and lightweight, the Sunflair is definitely the one for you, and it's also the least expensive. Pros and cons of the GoSun Sport. It cooks super fast. I mean, we saw that when I was cooking the scones earlier. It was cooking in a fraction of the time that the other 2 ovens were performing. Another pro of the GoSun Sport is that you don't have to preheat it. I think this is because of the glass tube design, which by the way looks pretty sleek. But on a downside of that, you could break it. It does weigh 7.5 pounds, so if you are going to take it on a backpacking trip, you need to make sure to account for that weight. The GoSun Sport heats up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit, which is way hotter than the other 2 solar ovens. So in this category, it wins hands down. Some cons is that it's size restrictive. Obviously, that glass tube container can only fit so much in it. Don't think birthday cakes, think cupcakes. Don't think turkey dinners, think hot dogs. It comes in at $279, which is a little less expensive than the Solavore, but it's also a lot smaller than the Solavore. If you're looking for a compact solar oven that's pretty portable and cooks really fast, the GoSun is the one for you. Here's the deal, guys. I live in a tiny house. I don't need all these solar ovens, so I'm gonna give one away to my YouTube followers. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and comment which solar oven was your favorite. Then I'll pick a winner. But I gotta go, guys. There's a lot more scones to be eaten. See you later.